Hey there, Griever Gang. Welcome back to Griever Productions. So, I want to just mention something before we head into this video. I watched this video earlier today. I recorded a reaction to it, and the entire thing went completely kaput. The entire recording went to absolute heck. Basically, I have two programs going on my computer at the same time. In order to record my videos. One does the screen, one does my camera. And it is super important that both of them work at the same time. So I have a keyboard shortcut, so I just hit two buttons and then both start recording at the same time. However, one of the programs didn't get the memo today, did it? The camera did, the screen did not. So for some reason, it just didn't start recording, and the camera did. And then when I've hit the keyboard shortcut, then the screen started recording and the camera stopped. Okay, so there was nothing I could do about that. There was no salvaging that. So I wanted to be very open about that because I do like to go into these songs as a fresh onlooker, a first-time video. Unfortunately, this will be the second time going through this. I've tried to take enough of a break in between and do a couple of other, look at a couple of other songs, so to try and trick my brain into forgetting things. Who knows if it'll work or not? Probably not. I'm very keen to have a look at this again and kind of pull bits of it apart because there were some very, very interesting moments in this song that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I kind of want to explain to you guys what I love about it. So for those new to the channel, I will be pausing every now and then and kind of giving commentary on what I'm hearing and the things that I do like. So let's get into this. Before we begin, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help if you have not subscribed. I'd appreciate it if you did so. Let's have a listen to, I believe it's Taemin. My apologies if I pronounce that wrong. Performing Guilty.
Never, 언제 you wanna take a bite 손을 뻗어 비용 속에 깊이 빠져가 Just a little more, that's all it takes 널 만지고서 throw it all away 다 나를 주는 전부든 걸 가져가 아픈 마음과 사랑을 헷갈려 원하게 만들어 우리 관계는
Okay. Okay, so that's something that I want to point out early here, something that I don't remember if I said this or not in the first one. I need to point out very, very immediately that this gentleman is a very proficient vocalist. I talk a lot about the kind of areas of the voice. You've got your chest voice, your mixed voice, your falsetto, etc., right? And a big part of what can make singing difficult is being able to transition between them. The reason that I say that is because the three that I focus on the most, don't get me wrong, every now and then we do get whistle registers and that sort of thing on the channel, but for the most part, here we're focusing on chest mixed and falsetto. What tends to happen for those who haven't really practiced it that much, they may have access to all three of those parts of the voice. However, it usually takes a little bit of practice to make it sound effortless to get between those parts. There are a lot of cases in which a vocalist who perhaps they are just starting out, trying a song, and they are going between chest voice and falsetto because they can, and it's great that they can do that, but it does sound like a gear shift. Now, I use that term for you know what the funny thing is? I use the term gear shift as in manual car. I wonder how many people watching this video will know what a manual car is, to be completely honest. You know, that has only just occurred to me now. I wonder how many people actually don't know that manual cars were a thing. Anyway, a little bit of a history lesson. This is what an automatic car gear shift looks like. And this is what a manual one looks like. And for those who don't know, the basic theory, there's more to it than this, right? if you're starting in first gear, you take your foot off the accelerator, put your foot on the clutch, and you bring the gear stick down into the second gear slot. Actually, hang on. No, depending on the gear. Depending on the gearbox. But basically what happens when that when you do that, you feel the car jut forward a little bit, and that is the car changing gear. You can still feel that in an automatic car when you put your foot down. If you kind of taper the foot off a little bit, you will feel the car gear up, and that's what that kind of jutting feeling is in the car, is the gear shift. So a lot of practice goes into making the voice not do that, to make it as clean a shift as possible. Now, this gentleman, the reason that I bring all of this up is that this gentleman has such clear and concise transitioning that the first listen through, I didn't realize he was even utilizing a mixed voice until later on in the song. So this gentleman knows his voice in and out, and the tone of his voice as well, can I just point out? Stunning. And interesting harmony work too. Okay, I actually want to focus on this octave work here. Now, sorry, the harmony work here. I don't think it's octaves actually. So the thing that I want to point out is that you can definitely hear that it is the same voice, but to my ear, because I'm trained to hear these things, I can now tell that difference. And it's funny that I didn't pick up on this the first time listening through, because that usually doesn't happen. I'm usually pretty good at picking this stuff up. That it is a clear tonal difference to me between his chest voice and that mixed voice that I was talking about. Because that mixed voice is slightly more airy, that chest voice being more full. Have a listen to this here, because you'll be able to hear what I mean. It is a distinct tonal difference when you listen for it, but the way that he transitions from one to the next makes it seem so effortless, and that frankly sometimes you can actually miss it. I love that note, and there's a very good reason as to why I love this note. The first part of it that I love, when you've got such a huge jump between one to the next, there's usually two ways that people go about it. One will be a slide. Actually, let me hear what the notes are, and I'll see if I can demonstrate. Every time. Okay, so the slide would start time and go that way. And then you've got those that would just do a complete jump. The time, and there's kind of not much in between. The way that he does it is quite unique in the way that he steps up to each part. And it's interesting because it is actively more difficult to do it the way that he is doing it, but it obviously sounds incredible. Now, it's something that wouldn't work in a lot of scenarios. It wouldn't work in some songs, but it works so well here. So I don't know if this gentleman has written this song or if he's had somebody write it for him, but whoever has done it and worked with him, or like if it was him on this section, they really know what they're doing, because it was like, it's very much a case of, hey, this is something stylistically that really works in this specific moment. And it takes a fair bit of skill to actually pull that off. It's great. Like the step here.
Every time, every time, every time.
And then, sorry, because I will play that one more time. When he hits that higher note, then goes higher in falsetto, and then brings that run down in falsetto the same way that he goes up with the chest voice to the mixed voice. So the mixed voice gets up to this point, he goes higher with the falsetto, but then brings it down lower than his higher note in mixed voice in his falsetto. This gentleman has a very, very, very good range and overlap of what notes he can sing in what areas of the voice. And I think this is brilliant.
Time, every time.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. That's so good. All right, let's go to the final thoughts. All right, cool. So this song is brilliant. I love it. I love the voice, the tonality of that voice. Whoops, I've just hit the microphone. That's going to sound awful. You know, there's not a lot to say that I didn't say during the song there in terms of parts of this gentleman's voice that I absolutely adore. It has this incredible tonality to it that really resonates with me. The usage of that voice, the range in which he has, is very, very good. It's powerful. It's skillful. It's controlled. He is so fantastically in the know about his own voice, and that is something you don't see very often. In fact, it's probably how do I say this without it sounding like I'm casting shade on anyone else that I've looked at? When it comes to the performances that I've seen, I'm trying to genuinely think of someone who has a more intricate knowledge of their own voice, and I don't think I can think of one, or at least name one, not off the top of my head right now. There may be one, don't get me wrong, but I have nearly 300 videos on the channel, and I can't recall all of them at the drop of a hat, unfortunately. But truly, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant performance. Anyway, let me know what you guys would like me to react to in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing. and I will catch you in the next one. All right. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what we did here today, for as little as $3 Australian per month, you can join us over on Patreon and become one of our tiered members and join the wonderful list of people here. If you're into gaming, I also have a gaming channel that I have recently gotten back into, and also on this splash screen you might see something a little bit interesting. More news on that coming soon.